What up, TikTok? What up, bro? You say that Islam is.
Hello, Kentucky. I like conversating with you, and you can call this a debate. It's a gentleman's debate, not an argument, because you are excellent at controlling your emotions, but just not as good as I am. You will make an excellent martial artist and a chess player, and this is coming from an actual martial arts badass. I've been trained by masters throughout my entire life, and I have many students of my own throughout my entire life. And I would say you will make a good student because you control your emotions, but you don't control your emotion as well as I do. See, when I show my emotions, it's always calculated, it's always intentional. I never let my emotions sway me. And proof of this is I am a Muslim, raised Muslim, born Muslim in a country that's overpopulated with Christians. And the reason why the balance is off, even though we've been here since this country's exception, matter of fact, Muslims beat Christians over here. Yeah. Just look up the history of Christopher Columbus, how he made it over here. He didn't get over here on a whim. The Moors were already here. They are Muslims. The reason why it's such an unbalance is because Muslims do not believe in evangelism. Muslims are not evangelists, and actually Muslims is taught in our books, in our Quran, to respect all religions. And all people, despite their religions, have a chance to make it to heaven, even though they don't believe that there's only one God. And that God is not a man. Allah just means one God, is referring to a spirit. We do not pray to Muhammad. And there's nothing no one can tell me that convinced me otherwise, because we are mistreated in the media, we mistreated in the education system, we mistreated so hard over the globe is the reason why Muslims have such a strong bond and camaraderie with one another. Despite the race, despite the person's colors in the skin, you cannot convince me to start believing that a man who once walked this earth is the actual creator, God himself, over God. And you also can't convince me that I need an interpreter to understand God when God is closer to me than my own jugular vein. These are things that I learned from Muslims. And because Muslims have always treated me way better than Christians ever have, because I don't think I have not tried. I haven't been baptized before. I have been a member of a church. I gave Christianity a chance. The most Christians I met, this seemed very disingenuous, and all of the pastors that I've known well were Masons who had secrets that they kept from their own congregation, treating you guys like animals. Now we on the subject of animals. Did you know that when Israel first entered Palestine, they used to use terroristic tactics and suicide bombings? People ask us about suicide bombing as though Muslims invented it. I mean, how we forgot about the Vietnam War? The Koreans, the Vietnamese, wasn't Muslims. They also practiced suicide bombing. This is decades before you knowing about it in Iraq. You know, suicide bombing is what people do when they're desperate, if they feel they already going to die anyway. You think you're not capable of suicide bombing? What if half your family are already dead because of an invader? What if your people is dead? What if you already believe you're going to die anyway? Wouldn't you want to take some of your people, some of your enemies out with you? See, it's easy to judge when other people and call them savage and animals when you way over here, thousands of miles away, in safety. It's easy to judge the people when you just had your last meal 3-4 hours ago. Do you know what happens to women and children when their country is being bombed, but you think the grocery store down the street is where they get their food from? These people go into starvation and famine and disease. You hate them, but do you hate Ronald Reagan? That Ronald Reagan is the ones who sent them. Ronald Reagan is the ones who trained them, gave them they weapons and everything. You forget that Saddam Hussein was an ally and a friend to our president? See, this goddamn 8-year limit, only thing it does is hides the hand of the man behind the Iron Curtain. That's all it does. Our country let illegal immigrants in, then kick them out and act like they was the guilty party. And all they had to do to hide that is just change hands, change presidencies. The dumbest people in America the dumbest people in the world are Americans, because these things is right in your face, hidden in plain sight, should be obvious for you to see. So you wonder why somebody will say, Allahu Akbar, bam, and blow their brains out where their back's not turning. Because when your arms are only 2 inches long, that's probably the only opportunity you can to have a shot to get some get back. I got friends who are military veterans. I'm sick and tired of all these fake patriots. Fake, phony-ass patriots. Because I know the real military war veterans. Real military war veterans are my friends. And one of my best friends came back home after shooting up a bus full of women and children and said, man, after the shit I seen in that war, I can kill my own mother and it wouldn't even faze me. Say that again. He came back, yours truly, the ones we salute and say thank you for your service. Said that, man, I just came back from killing a whole bunch of women and children, and I can literally kill my mother and it wouldn't even faze me. That man is in the penitentiary right now and he's probably dead. I ain't heard from him in years. That's what war do to people. That's what hate do to people. When you hate those you don't understand, you hate yourself. So don't tell me about your pain, your hurt, and your frustration. Because, boy, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. From one of the most violent cities in America. From one of the cities that also have the largest Islamic population in America. And the only people who ever had my back to the end was the Muslims. Not the Christians. You really don't know what hate and pain is until your back is truly against the wall, brother, and you ain't been there yet. This is Bill Banks signing out, but I want you to expand your mind. Peace.